Well, I wanted to do that since we got here.
Really? Then why did you wait?
Because I didn't want your grandparents to disapprove of me.
No, my grandparents approve of you. They think it's good that you get me out of the office.
Hmm? What do you think?
I think we're good for each other. I've already been through divorce. I could help you through yours. You know, it is really strange for me to be up here again.
Why's that? Those good memories?
Yeah. Anyway, the past is the past. Today is going to be a perfect day. I can just feel it.
Yeah, well, I think you're perfect. And I think we better get to the water before I lose all control.
Think you're going to be able to handle it? My grandma said the lake is real cold this time of year.
Yeah, well, I think I could use a little cooling off, to tell you the truth.
Emily, dear.
Yeah?
Telephone call from Mr. Stenbeck. Says it's very important.
There was so much noise on the line. It was a bad connection. I could hardly hear him, but he said he knows where Lily is and she's all right.
Could be a crank. They come out of the woodwork at times like
But
this.
maybe it isn't. There hasn't been anything in the newspapers about Lily going to Mantega. No one knows but the family and a few friends. Maybe the guy is legit.
Why didn't he identify himself?
Maybe it's safer not to. Maybe he's in the underground. Maybe he helped her get into the country. I don't know.
Oh, darling. Oh.
Hello? Caleb, it's John Dixon. Listen to me. We just had a call that might be something. The man wouldn't identify himself, but he said he knows where Lily is and that she's going to be all right.
Oh, thank God.
I will try not to hurt you.
Thank you. Thank you. I just thought he was going to frighten me. I didn't think he would really do it.
I know. You must be brave.
Why did you do this to me?
There is no law in Mantega now. The officers rule by terror. And the worst come to the prisons.
At least he spared your life. My daughter and her husband were executed without trial and buried in a mass grave near Tosteros.
My sister Sierra was on a list of political prisoners that was condemned to die. She wasn't on the official burial record. Do you think that she escaped somehow?
I do not know. It's hard to keep on hoping when one has seen so much torture and killing.
Oh, I just can't give up hope, Christina. I just gotta believe that Sierra's alive.
Senorita Snyder, you've had some time to think things over. Perhaps you're ready to tell me the truth now.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by new Ritz Bits peanut butter sandwiches with the taste of bite-sized Ritz Bits and real peanut butter.
Helen, are you sure I can't have this dinner?
Oh, no, everything's under control. Except for David and Danny. Just cross your fingers that they catch something. Do you like the fish, Brock?
Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I don't get to it often
everything
enough.
all right
I'm
here?
usually tied up with...
Yeah, Paul just wanted to give me some information about a client, that's all.
I think it's marvelous that he's working with you and Craig this summer. I understand that James Will left Paul as his sole heir.
Brock, are you ready for the swim now?
Yes, it's going to be too chilly soon.
You have
See
a
you
good
later.
time and bring back a good appetite.
We will.
Promise.
Did I say something to upset Emily?
Oh, I think she was a little uneasy when you mentioned James. She hasn't told Brock anything about her relationship with him.
Oh.
Well, she just would like them to have a little chance to get to know each other a little better before she tells him. Nancy, I don't blame her. She's always had the feeling that everyone in Oakdale prejudges her because of her relationship with James.
I just feel it's better to be honest, no matter how difficult the truth seems to be to face.
Are you thinking about Emily now or something else?
Grandma! Grandma! Daddy! Oh, what have
can.
Well, of course.
You're going to help me, won't you? Come on in. There's the most beautiful fish I have seen all summer. My goodness gracious. How did you do that? Did you need help, Jessica?
Darling, what I don't understand. How can this man get information out of Mantega when my contacts in the State Department cannot? Tom Hughes' friends in the CIA cannot.
There's a lot going on here that we don't understand.
Hi. Have you heard any news?
We had a call from a man who said he knows where Lily is and that she's going to be all right.
Has he seen her?
We don't know, darling, whether we can trust him. He's telling the truth, you know?
You all set with your plans to go to Seattle?
Yeah. I'm going to be flying out tomorrow. That's if we find out that Lily's okay, though. Has Caleb heard about this?
Yeah, he's on his way over right
Good,
now.
I'm going to talk to him. Listen, I have to go out for a little while, but I'll be back soon, so stay with me. What, dear?
Okay.
Oh, darling. Okay.
Okay. I've got to have hope. I've got to believe that the man was sincere. I've got to believe that Lily is safe and she's going to come home to me, even if Sierra can't.
Yes, well, we have to hope that.
Darling.
Oh. Come here, come here.
Oh, God. Oh, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm not going in.
So glad.
I'm not going in.
So
Listen to me. She's going to come back, okay? We know she's going to come back. We're going to hold on to that, okay?
Yeah.
My name is Lily Snyder. I've come from Oakdale, Illinois, and I came here for the reason I told you, to make a buy.
So, you're a drug dealer. The first one I've met who has no taste for his wares.
I'm only in it for the money.
Well, you've certainly made some one way or another. Where did you get the thousands of American dollars you were carrying in your knapsack?
I told you, I only deal in the States. My old boss, James Tembeck, said this was a good place to buy.
So the cut I made on your pretty little face did not convince you. It's time I want the truth. Who are you really, and what are you really doing in Mantega? Don't touch her anymore!
Her name is Lily Walsh. She is Sierra Esteban's sister.
I love your castle, Duncan, but I do think it could use a little warming up.
Well, then I'll leave that to you, lassie. You've already brought so much warmth and happiness here. In all the centuries the McKechnies have lived here, I don't think any have been as happy as I am now, with you.
Hey, Harriet was right. She did a great job of making up those beds in the dorms.
Yeah, good.
Where'd all the kids go?
Oh, they had to go back to the mainland, but they said that they would be back. They all volunteered to pitch in here this summer.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know something? I'm beginning to think this place is actually going to happen.
Oh. Boy, I get scared when I think about it sometimes. I mean, it's such a huge responsibility we're taking on, you know? I mean, once we start taking kids in, this place is going to have to stay open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah?
I don't know anything about kids. I mean, what am I going to do with teenagers? I spent all of my teenage years with Uncle Earl in Europe.
Hey, come on, Shannon. I just saw you the way you were with Andy, Leanne, and Duke. You're a natural.
You think so?
Yeah?
Well, I do like kids. And I've always wanted to have some of my own someday.
Well, maybe that'll happen.
Mark, if you're trying to cheer me up, it's working.
Good.
Shannon! Mark!
Yeah, come on, we're in here.
Guess who I met on the boat?
Hello, I come bearing gifts.
Oh!
The first of the permits.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Now, some inspectors will be out either this week or next to give you the rest of the permits that you'll need.
Terrific. We'll be ready for them.
Yeah, it looks like it. And I've got some great news. Paul Stenbeck
was named sole heir to his father's estate. So when he actually gets the money, he'd like to donate part of his inheritance to the Earl Mitchell Center.
Hey, that's terrific.
I think great. So. It's also kind of ironic, though. Stenbeck's money coming to the McKechnie Castle. He and Duncan were such enemies.
But that was very generous of Paul.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you gonna show me around the old place?
Yes, sure.
Absolutely, I will. Can I give you the grand full tour?
Now, don't forget to tour those dorms.
I will. I'll even show you the haunted room. Shannon swears one of these rooms has a ghost in it, so we had to leave it just the way it was.
You can't scare me, Mark.
Oh!
So, how you doing?
Okay. A lot of memories in these old walls. How about you, though? Are things better with Roy?
No, actually, he's very bitter about our breakup. I feel terrible. I never intended to hurt him like that.
Yeah, I know what you're going through. And I think about how I hurt Duncan, and it's really painful to live with the fact that you've hurt someone who cared so much about you.
We are happy that you are here, Amy.
Thank you, Mrs. Franklin.
And here's the head of the household, my father, Leonard Franklin. This is Amy Phillips.
Nice to meet you, Amy.
You too. Please, come, make yourselves comfortable. I know you are happy to be out of the hospital.
Yes. It's so kind of you to invite me over. I wasn't looking forward to spending my first night at home alone.
Oh, well, we are glad you are here. Oh, would you like some wine?
Yes, thank you.
How about you, Roy?
Fine, Dad.
You have a lovely home. Oh. Whatever you got cooking in that kitchen smells wonderful.
Mom is a great cook, Amy.
I can certainly see why you like living at home. If I had a family like yours, I would too.
Your folks live in Oakdale?
No, I have a sister in Arizona, but we don't see each other much.
Roy tells me you're a beautician.
Yes, I put myself through beauty school, and I'm glad I had that to fall back on when my marriage ended.
Oh, yes, I know how hard it is to get started again.
Well, I guess it would have been harder if I had children to support, but we didn't have any, so.
So where do you work?
At Angela's on Division Street. I'm going back to work tomorrow. And if you want to stop by, I would love to do your hair.
Well, maybe I will splurge, huh?
Here you are.
Thanks. You know, Roy has been such a help to me since I explained my situation to him at the station. And then later, when I was at the hospital, he came by to see me, kept stopping by to see how I was doing. No one's ever helped me like that.
He felt bad about what happened to you.
Well, Roy tells me you were on vacation. Where'd you go?
Las Vegas. Got a special excursion rate through the bus drivers union.
That sounds like fun. I've always wanted to see Las Vegas.
Be careful what you say. I got a whole bunch of pictures I can show you.
You do? I'd love to see them.
I hope you really mean that, Amy, because you're going to.
Now, you stop that, Sarah. They're darn good pictures.
Would you excuse yourself, Roy?
Sure. Now, this is the strip at night, okay? And here.
She seems nice.
I told you that.
You're quiet. Something wrong?
No, I was just a little worried about,
See, I know you think I shouldn't have said anything, but I felt I had to tell her about that suspension and that crazy idea she has about that nightclub. I know this has to do with both. At least she's staying with Patty Delaney. Hopefully she'll be a good influence.
Roy, I didn't stay at a girlfriend's house last night. I spent the night at Beau's.
Hi.
Hi. Did you get my note?
Yeah, I'm surprised you weren't home.
Lisa called. She's putting in a new sound system here. She wanted me to come and check it out. How'd it go with your mom?
Not too good. I think it's going to take some time for her to cool down.
Did you talk to Roy?
I tried to, but he's all tied up in Amy Phillips' problems.
Amy Phillips. Yeah, I met her over at Memorial. She seems pretty nice.
I guess.
Any luck finding a place to stay tonight?
Not yet, but I'm not going to put you out of your own bed again, don't worry.
It's okay. I can't help worrying about the people I care about.
How's it going with Pam?
I saw her at the hospital earlier. We,
Bo? Hi.
Hi, I didn't expect to see you after our conversation.
Yeah, well, that's why I came over. I didn't want to leave things the way they were.
I'll wait outside for you, Bo.
Thank you, Noah.
Thanks.
I might be going to Seattle tomorrow, so I wanted to come by and talk to you now.
I thought you said everything you had to say at the hospital.
Well, I didn't. Just because our relationship is over, I don't want you to think that it was all a mistake. You were good for me in a lot of ways, and I just hope that I was good for you. I'll always care about you, Bo. And if you ever need a friend, you know that I'm here for you.
You know, I feel the same way about you. I hope things go the way you want them to in Seattle.
Well, I haven't seen my father since I was a little girl, so I'm kind of nervous.
I hope he knows what a lucky guy he is to have a daughter like you.
Well, we'll see. So you're going to be finishing your tour in California?
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing after that?
Oh, I'm in no hurry to get back on the road again. I need some time off. I want to try to write some songs.
Well, good luck. I think that your best work is still ahead of you.
You've always believed in me. You don't know how much that means to me.
Bo, Lisa and the sandwich are ready for you.
Yeah. I'll be there in a second. Send me a postcard from Seattle.
If you'll send me one from California.
It's a deal.
Nella, I just want you to know that it's over between Bo and me.
I know.
Okay. It's obvious that he doesn't know how you feel about him, so I'm just want to give you some advice. Maybe you should tell him and spare yourself.
I don't think I need your advice on how to deal with Bo.
Whoa. I think you do, you know, because I think that you play into all of his weaknesses. You see him as this perfect thing, and that's great. He loves that now. But in the long run, it's not going to work for both of you.
Don't need lightning to strike me.
Oh. Funny to hear that song now.
Don't need
a song that changed all of our lives.
to knock me off my feet.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck.
You, all I need is you, just to hold you down.
Well, she's still not home.
Charlie, you right, as always? My bath hit the spot.
Good.
Whilst I was in my bath, I heard the telephone, but you didn't come and get me. What was it?
Oh! Niles Mason called. Wanted to know if we had any news about Lily. I didn't know he was in town.
Yeah, he is. I had a drink with him last night when you were at the hospital.
Gee, that reminds me, I'm a doctor. I better call the hospital.
Well, here we are, Caleb. Oh, it's a little awkward, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, I don't care about the job, Lucinda. I don't care about what was said last night.
Darling, I misjudged you. I can see that your feelings for my daughter are sincere now.
Yeah, well, Lily didn't believe I loved her, and neither did you.
I'm sorry I interfered. I'm going to stay out of everything when Lily comes back. That's the only way I can think of. I'll make it up to her, and I'll make it up to you.
There's no need for that, Lucinda. There's no chance for Lily and I. She still has feelings for Holden. I just want to make sure she's safe, that's all.
I had to tell him who you were. I thought he was going to kill you.
I know. I just hope it doesn't make trouble for you. What is he gonna do?
There's no telling.
Señorita Esteban.
aquí!
What are you going to do to him?
He withheld information. He must face the consequences. Now that we know who you really are, you've become most valuable to us, señorita. Lucinda Walsh was once married to Jacobo Esteban. She left him and your sister and became a very wealthy woman in North America. I'm sure your safe return would be worth a great deal to her.
You're wrong. Lucinda isn't my real mother. She adopted me. And we never really got along. She disowned me a few years ago. That's why I use the name Snyder. She's not going to give you a penny of ransom.
I thought I taught you not to lie to
I'm not
me!
lying to you! All right? You can call her if you want to, and I think you're wasting your time.
How do I reach her?
I don't know her number. I haven't spoken to her in years.
I think you know it, señorita.
Capitán.
Tráelo aquí. I'm not finished with her yet. I promise you, eventually you will tell me everything I want to know. Why not make it easy for yourself?
We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Senor McKechnie, I've been expecting you. We'll finish this later.
I was told I could move my ships off the coast of Tostedos. I hope there won't be any further delay.
What's your cover?
I have an import-export company in Edinburgh. I operate a small fleet here in the Caribbean. I was told that James Stenbeck was in your country shortly before he was killed in New York.
I never reveal the names of those I do business with, Mr. McKechnie. I'm sure you'd expect the same courtesy.
Well, now that Mr. Stenbeck is dead, I don't think he needs your courtesies. He ran off with my wife shortly before he died. Lilith McKechnie. Have you seen her?
I only wish I had. She's very beautiful.
I was told that Stenbeck brought her to an island off the coast of Mantega.
There are many islands off our coast.
Including one from which several prisoners escaped and ended up in Cuba.
That's true. We're negotiating to have them sent back to Mantega, where they'll be executed.
I see. Well, I hope the Cuban authorities will cooperate.
We're optimistic. You see that young girl? She was brought here this morning. She came to Mantega to look for her sister. She's a real prize, the daughter of a wealthy American. Come, we'll finish our business in my office.
If she's such a prize, why don't you give her better treatment? How did she get hurt?
Who knows? It happened in the jungle before she was brought here. She doesn't look very much like an heiress, does she?
No. No, she doesn't.
What's this? Oh, that's a model of the Highland Spirit, the ship that Duncan keeps down in the Caribbean.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Listen, I was thinking about something. That call that Craig got, saying that Sierra might have escaped to Cuba. The guy said that he worked for Duncan down there.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to ask Duncan about that when he called, but he didn't stay on the line long enough.
Yeah?
He did ask if Craig had found Sierra in Cuba, so maybe he did have something to do with that other call.
You think Duncan's down there in the Caribbean? I mean, maybe somewhere near Mantega?
Well,
I can't believe what you've done with this place.
Thanks.
Great.
Hey, listen, your last stop was a wine cellar, and I couldn't resist pulling this out. I think it's time we properly toast the Earl Mitchell Center. What do you say?
Great.
Splendid idea. I will drink to that.
So will I. You know, it's just a miracle what you've done to this drafty old place.
Oh, Shannon, now, you are going to clear out that wine cellar before the inspectors come.
Oh, yes, yes. We're going to auction off the rest of the bottles and give the proceeds back to the center.
Oh.
Hey, this is good stuff.
I have good taste. Okay, to the Earl Mitchell Center. May it provide a good home and good family to kids who don't have either. Huh?
Oh.
Here, here.
Uncle Earl would have loved this.
Yes, he would have.
Hey, I will be right back.
Where are you going?
I thought I saw something from the window, and I just want to check it out, that's all.
What?
I'll tell you when I get back.
Hey, Mark, listen, don't get mysterious on me. This castle can do funny things to people.
I promise you, this is as mysterious as I get.
Oh.
Listen, can I use your phone? I need to call the office.
Yeah, it's in that room.
Thanks.
Sure.
Shannon, are you okay? You look kind of tired.
Well, actually, something has been bothering me. I haven't been able to sleep much lately.
Well, you've been under such stress this past few months.
Yeah, but it's really weird because then during the day, all I feel like doing is sleeping sometimes.
You know, maybe you should see a doctor. Okay, now listen, I'm going back to the hospital to get my vacation check. I could make an appointment for you and then call you, okay?
Would you?
Yeah.
Thanks. Listen, don't say anything to Mark about this, okay? Okay. What are you smiling about? What do you have back there?
Well, it's what I thought I saw from the window. That little family cemetery was covered with heather. What's wrong?
Oh, just more memories, that's all. Thank you. Very beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was colder in the water, but it's colder out here.
Yeah. You like that road?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. It feels so good. I don't feel guilty about taking you.
No, I didn't
And I'm
think
not
you
giving
would,
it
but
back to
don't
you.
worry about it. I'll be just fine.
What are you looking at? What do I have leaves in my hair?
No, you don't have leaves in your hair. I'm just thinking that with all the beauty around here, there's still nothing to compete with you.
Emily?
We're here, Grandma.
Thought you might like something to tide you over until dinner. Oh.
Oh, you shouldn't have gone to all this trouble, really.
No trouble. Dave and I used to always love to come out here about sunset time and watch the sunset over the lake, have our cocktails.
Is your husband going to be able to join us for dinner, Mrs. McCluskey?
Oh, yes, he's coming straight up from work. He called a little while ago.
Good. Where does he work, in Oakdale?
Yes, he is a lieutenant with the Oakdale Police Department.
Well, I'm glad to see that we'll be well connected with the law this evening.
Well, I'm very well connected with the law. My grandson is a district attorney, and he's married to a police detective.
I'm on my best behavior.
I'm going to see how David's doing cleaning the fish. I'll call you when dinner's ready. Okay.
Thank you for this. It's wonderful. Hardly ask for anything more, huh? Want some wine?
Oh, I'd love something.
So Mrs. McCloskey's grandson is the DA?
Yeah, Tom Hughes. One of those people who lead a charmed life, you know, no matter how many mistakes he makes. Everybody respects him and loves him.
Well, there are those who might say you lead a charmed life. Beautiful lady, successful business career, wonderful family background.
Yeah, well, there's still a lot of things I don't have that I want. So, how about you? What are your plans after your divorce?
I haven't really been thinking that far ahead. But I'm not going to get married again. I've already hurt 2 women, Marjorie and Ellie. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Hi, Bo.
Hi, Jessica.
Later.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, what can I do for you?
I have a question I need to ask you about my contract with Lori. When this tour's over, I don't want to go out on the road again for a long time. I need some time off to write. I just want to make sure there won't be any problems if I decide to turn any offers down that Lori comes up with.
Well, I'll go over the contract and I'll let you know, but I don't see why there'd be a problem.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure, sure. Listen, Bo, I'm sure Nella would object to me asking, but how's she doing?
Well, Jessica, she's pretty upset. She had a big argument with her mother yesterday, and she spent the night at my place. Now, don't get the wrong idea like Pam did. I slept on the floor in a sleeping bag, and Nella slept in the bed. I tried, but it doesn't really make much difference now. It's over between us.
Amy even testified at her ex-husband's parole hearing. They let him go anyway.
It took a lot of courage to testify.
Courage or stupidity, I don't know which.
I don't know why the police couldn't do something to stop him after those threats he made against you.
Look, Pop, we didn't have enough evidence. It wouldn't have stood up in court. After he got out of prison and he attacked her and put her in the hospital, I went right there, I got a statement, I picked his butt up off the street.
Well, will he go to prison now?
I doubt it. He has a real smart lawyer.
Yeah, would you believe Jessica Griffin?
Jessica's representing this guy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, well, it's about money, Pop. How do you think she pays for that fancy-smancy apartment and those New York to Paris fashions she's always wearing?
Will you excuse me, please? And could you come and carve the roast?
Roy, there's something I want to tell you.
No,
I'm thinking about dropping the charges against Lloyd.
Why?
Because I think he's going to go free no matter what I do, and then he'll just come out and get me.
No, he's not going to go free. Amy, look, you cannot let him get away with what he did to you.
Oh, Roy, even if he does go to prison, they're not going to put him away forever for beating up on me. He'll get out in a year or two, and then he'll just come find me.
No, he won't. Look, we'll get a court order. He won't be able to come anywhere near you. Besides, look, if we put him away and let him do some time, you'll have a chance to think about this mess. Will you trust me, please? Amy, I want what's best for you. Don't you understand?
I know.
Amy, I'm in this with you all the way. He is never going to hurt you ever again. I'm going to see to it. And nobody else either.
Any more calls about Lily? No, honey. No?
Oh, it's so good to see that sweet little face.
Listen, Iva seems to think that this guy might be on the level. And she said to tell you that Kirk's PIs are still trying to get in touch with their contacts in Miami.
Good.
Here you go, Caleb.
Thanks.
Thank you, dear.
You're not going to will that telephone to ring, you know.
How you doing?
Hey, where you been?
Went to see Bo. You know, the big goodbye.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I really thought you two could work it out.
No, you and Lily will get back together when she gets back.
No, there's no chance of that.
And you brought Brian with you. Hey, slugger. How you doing?
How'd you get the scratch or anything?
Come here. You want to go where? Yeah?
Yes, I think this child is hungry. I think this
so,
child
too.
needs to go to
Give me that. Let's see if we can find a teddy bear and use something to eat. Come on, Rosa's going to cook you some rice and beans.
I'm glad you're here. I'm glad the baby's here. Can I give you a glass of something? All right?
Okay.
Plain, all right?
I know what you're going through. When Craig was missing, you know, the worst part is the waiting. But remember, Craig came back and he was safe and sound. He came with Bryant. The same thing's going to happen with Lily.
You're a wonderful woman, you know. You're a very strong woman. I admire that. Now that I know more than I knew last year of some of the things that you were going through, you are a strong woman.
You mean about Adam? Yeah. I'm really glad that you brought this up.
because I hope that you realize how important it is that no one outside this family know about this, especially now that Hal has agreed that Tom and Margot will raise Adam as their own.
You know, you people seem to think you're doing the right thing for Adam. May I say something here? I mean, I thought I was doing the right thing with Lily. Raising her without her knowing that she was adopted. And I didn't even know who her parents were. I think, in Lily's case, I mean, this was a mistake, because this is at the root of all that insecurity and everything that she's gone through that has culminated in this ghastly trip to Mantega.
Well, maybe. Who knows? But Lily is in Mantega because she loves her sister. And she's a very brave girl.
Oh, yes, that too, of course. Lily is... she's a wonderful, wonderful, brave girl. I hope wherever she is, she knows how much she's loved by me.
I apologize for not knocking, señorita. I will not do it again. I brought Dr. Garcia to see you. This is Lily Walsh.
Buenas tardes, señorita. Will you sit down? I would like to see the wound on your face is healing properly.
What's going to happen to me?
Your mother will be called. If she agrees to our terms, you'll be sent home.
Why don't you make a deal with her for my sister, too? I'm sure Mrs. Walsh will pay you a lot of money to get her back.
Unfortunately, your sister was an enemy of the state.
Do you mean she was killed?
I'm only saying you do better to think of your own safety now. Doctor, I've business to attend to.
My stepfather is a doctor. Can't imagine him working with someone like that.
I'm more useful alive than dead. You would do well to remember that. I will say it is very unwise for you trying not to cooperate with Captain De Garra again. You are safe now, but things change quickly here. Pray that they send you out of this country as soon as they get the ransom from your mother.
I'm not stupid. I know once they get that money, they'll hold on to me. And they'll keep leading my family. What was that?
The prisoner has just been executed.
Oh my God, it was Jorge. He helped me. Oh my God. Oh.
Well, Marjorie and I had problems for years before we ever even talked about getting a divorce. And of course, we tried the old, let's keep it together for the children's sake, but...
Is that why you started seeing Ellie? Because you had problems at home?
Partly. There were problems with Ellie, too.
Well, I'm sure that part of the problem was that you were still married. I don't agree with Ellie on much, but I have to agree with her on that. I'm only with you now because you're in the process of getting a divorce.
Emily! Ross, dinner's ready!
Coming! Come on, we should go.
Listen, I want to clarify something. When you asked me earlier about my future plans, I didn't mean to be evasive. I would like very much for you to be part of my future. Especially because I've never wanted anyone like I want you.
I have a great idea. Can we call it a night?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I want to get down to the cellar and see if I can help out down there. Why don't you start the boat up and I'll lock up, okay?
Good. Are you gonna be okay here?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Memories?
I know, it's sweet of you to ask, but I'll be fine.
I'll see you at the dock.
I'm going away, Lassie. I must find James and Lilith to be sure they'll never harm you, for you're more precious to me than anything on earth. But I shall not return. It seems the words of our song spoke more prophetically than either of us knew. You take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland afore ye. But me and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond.
Well, I should have had Rosa fix us all something to eat.
Nothing for me, John. Thank you.
Hey, darling, do you want something to eat?
All right.
So what, are we going to sit around here and wait for the phone to ring all day
Yes,
long?
darling, we are. I mean, I am. You don't have to, okay?
Mommy.
I'm getting that. I'm going to speak to this. Yeah. Hello?
May I speak to Mrs. Walsh?
Oh, this is she.
Listen carefully. No questions. I will say this only once. We have your daughter, Lily. We want $1 million American for her safe return. Go to your bank when it opens tomorrow and withdraw the money in $100 bills. If you do not follow these instructions, your daughter will die. Comprende?
I will do exactly as you say.
I'll call tomorrow with further instructions. If you notify the authorities, you will never see your daughter alive again.
You're so beautiful, Lily. I'm already ready to leave it at the office and get on to more important matters. Like making love to the incredible, beautiful woman that I found lying in my bed.
No time to explain. We've got to get out of here.
Miss Walsh?
Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns. This is CBS.